Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching Cairo Local Time live on Nile TV International, and we're glad to be joined by our prominent guest, Professor Dr. Hesham Arafat, head of the engineering department at one of the universities. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for joining
Good
us.
afternoon, thank you.
And of course, our main topic today will be the infrastructure projects in the last 2 fiscal years are the cornerstone of the recovery of the economy, the signs of recovery result of the implementation of new national projects such as road networks and bridges. And on this issue, sir, I would like you to brief me or to tell me more about the significance of these mega projects regarding traffic roads, regarding networks and bridges that took place in Egypt during the past 2 years specifically.
Yeah, actually, it's not only roads and bridges. It also includes so long we are speaking about the infrastructures. So we have to mention also the power plants that have been constructed and going constructed. Also, we have to mention the tunnels, the tunnels project. Is also it's very crucial. Also, we have to speak about the logistic areas, planned logistic areas. Very crucial. Also, these logistic areas for the transportation and for the logistics at large. But we, of course, we have everybody here in Egypt have felt that there is something had been changed in the roads and bridges.
Right.
Of course, the roads and bridges are considered one of most crucial infrastructures affecting the investment.
Right.
Because when you're speaking about the investment, you never can have a good investor wants to our foreign direct investment, putting an equity here in Egypt, and there are problems in our roads, especially when you're speaking about no, I'm not speaking only about the population, how to transfer from one point to another or from one station to other, but we are speaking about the freight transportation. Right. We do have that problem before. Especially for our corridors or the corridors of significance. I'm always saying this term, which is, for example, Cairo, Alexandria highway. You are speaking about concerning also Ismailia highway, because you know we have a good industrial zone at 10th of Ramadan city, but we do have big problems in the last years how to transfer the goods from 10th of Ramadan to the harbors or to the ports where exports and imports.
Definitely.
So this is the main job of these arteries. The roads are considered crucial arteries for economics.
Right. We'll get back to this specific point, sir, but we now have a report about the most important bridges and road networks that took place during the past 2 years. Let's go and watch, and we'll be right back.
The National Roads Project is considered one of the most prominent projects sponsored by the state to serve the citizens. It aims to develop more than 4,800 kilometers, making up to 20.4% of total network in addition to the surrounding areas. The project emphasizes the development of 39 roads in 2 phases, with investments amounting to about £36 billion. In this respect, the total length of the paved roads 155.213 kilometers until June 30th, 2014, facilitating the transportation of more than 95% of the goods and persons, while the number of bridges that received maintenance during the year 2014-2015 reached 186 bridges, in addition to the bridges of the International Coastal Road. According to the fiscal year of 2015-2016, it is scheduled to provide maintenance and repair for 214 bridges at cost of about £500 million, including the maintenance of the River Nile bridges, Warra, Mansoura, Minya, Qina and Aswan. The Armed Forces Engineering Authority will build 22 roads with a total length of 2,057 kilometers, of which 19 are finished, including 30 bridges and 11 tunnels. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announced that the implementation of the second National Roads project on August 9, 2015, where 600 kilometers would be developed, including roads and new corridors. The development projects of this phase as well are entrusted to the Armed Forces Engineering Authority. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that 5,000 kilometers of the national network project have been finished at cost of £50 billion in addition to 135 bridges. He also asserted that it's scheduled to finish 150 bridges at a cost of £80 billion besides 2,000 kilometers within the development projects of Sinai by the end of this year.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and back to my guest, Dr. Arafat. Sir, I would just like to go back to what we've been talking about before the report about the effect of these mega projects and these road networks and bridges on the Egyptian economy.
Yeah, okay. I will give you an example in order to clarify this point. For example, if you take the bridges over the River Nile, we are constructing currently, I think, more than 4 projects over the Nile, which is Banha Bridge. We are constructing also Tema Nile Bridge, constructing Gerga Nile Bridge, and Kalabsha Nile Bridges. What these Nile bridges can do, they can connect the western corridor to the eastern corridor. Because here in Egypt, highways, especially in Upper Egypt, the western and the eastern corridors.
Right.
So connecting these corridors every 50 kilometers and then intensify or reduce the intervals into about 30 kilometers, it will facilitate the transfer of people from the east to the west and vice versa. It will also promote the urban development of these areas for industrial projects and especially for industrial projects. And I think this have been integrated because the Prime Minister have announced a very nice, according to what have been announced by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, that there are a lot of industrial zones that will be promoted in Upper Egypt, and in the investors, the High Committee of Investment have give very nice incentives for this issue, but it needs good transfer.
I have sat with the people of Samsung. They have built a very nice factory in Bani Suif, Governorate, in a place called Koma Baradi. They have selected this place near a bridge, which I had the honor to work on it, which is called Wasta Bridge.
Right.
Because I've asked them what is the implication of this bridge. They told me what is the implication. It's not a good question, because we have selected this site, especially in this area, because it is near to the bridge.
Right.
That's exactly what the answer to your question, because this is the way such mega projects can facilitate the economics and can promote the development plan of our country.
Right. Sir, before the air, actually, you were talking to me about the intelligence traffic system.
Yeah.
I would like you to tell me more about this new system.
Yeah. This is the next step that I am dreaming to fulfill or to see in Egypt. I am sure that our authorities have quite well very concentrating on promoting management of I'm not speaking about the management of construction. I'm speaking about the administration of how to work with this asset and to maximize the benefit of it. To maximize the benefit of this, we have to implement the intelligence traffic system. If, for example, I will tell you what is the intelligence, because maybe
a lot of people wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know, yes, exactly.
This is a new system, and
yes.
we would like to know more about it.
It's not a new system, by the way. It had been implemented in the USA and South Korea, and also most of the corridors of significance in Europe. To summarize it very concisely, it's about the monitoring of the traffic flow, or an integrated application between communication systems, smart sensors,
is it similar to the GPS?
Exactly, it's the same, but these are being connected all together in an integrated project, what we call ITS. For example, I will tell you.
Actually in California.
California, of course.
Yeah.
As I told you, it's how you can maximize the benefit of these these roads. It also helps in so much in the accident, to reduce the accident rate. For example, if you can have very good route with an open speed at reaching 120 kilometers per hour, and the road is 100% contracted well, according to international specifications like AASHTO, like also Egyptian standards are not less than the AASHTO, by the way. I have the honor to be a member of the Egyptian committee that have implemented the code for bridges. We have very good code for construction of bridges and highways, but we want, as I told you, to maximize.
Right.
How? The ITS, if you can, you have to differentiate between the regional routes and the roads inside the town and the expressways. So for example, in the regional roads and inside the town, we can have what we call BIS system, which is the bus information system. The bus information system, you can have all the buses, especially when you have a bus rapid transit. Right. Bus rapid transit, like what have been fulfilled or have been commissioned in Bogota, in Colombia, or in other cities. When you have an interval of about headway of about 5 minutes for buses, you need a system, a very comprehensive system, powerful system, in order to facilitate the relation between the traffic authorities and the users. So this is what we call BIS. Also, we have something like AFC, which is automatic fare collection, which is, I'd like to summarize it as a one card, all pass. For example, you're gonna pay a card, you get a card, it will help you to have the bus, the subways, the metro line. So this is by one card, you can have all passes. And then the revenue can be shared among the different companies, or the different traffic companies. When we are speaking about also inside the town, we can have what we call PIS, which is the parking information system. The parking information system, if it is connected through the smartphones of the users, it can allocate the best parking places for each user in order to park his car, to reach what we call park and ride. For example, what we mean by park and ride is to park your car and then ride a mass transit system, which is maybe a bus rapid transit system or a subway or metro, something like that. Outside the city, when you speak about the expressway or main corridor, for example, you can have a lot of application of the ITS, which, by the way, President Abdel Fattah Sisi have, during inauguration of the last projects, he said, and he mentioned, and he demanded this from the Prime Minister, is to concentrate about a system in order to collect, to monitor the flow and collect data and pre-processing it. This is what we call ITS. But we want to use this system not only for the security reasons, also but to implement it in our work in our work for highways and bridges.
Right.
Like, for example, automatic traffic management system, ATMS.
Okay.
This automatic traffic management system using surveillance camera, CCTV, which is the closed circuits television. Also, what we call the DSRC, which is short radio or short communication systems, in order to detect an object traveling from station A to station B. This will help so much. For example, if your car get out of order and this station have detect your pass at this time and detect your speed, then it's expecting after a certain distance to the other station that you will be there after, for example, 10 minutes. If you didn't reach by 10 minutes, there is something happened to your car. So it can send you a message on your phone saying, where are you, for example? Is your car is okay, or if something happened to your car or to you during driving or not. Also, there are other systems, a lot of other, for example, the freeway at the toll station, you can have electronic toll collected system, which is called ATCS, in order to permit
the flowability of the cars at the toll stations to avoid the congestion. For example, at the summer,
Right.
you can see it at the Cairo stations during at the weekends. So we can avoid that all of that by using the ITS system.
Right, Professor Dr. Hesham Arafat, head of the engineering department, many thanks for your insight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Okay.
joining us.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, with this we wrap up this edition of Cairo Local Times. Stay tuned for the top stories that will be coming up on a moment.